Hello, friends. I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Center Presbyterian Church Jam, Jesus and Me. And today we are going to talk about friends. And I want you to think about who are some of your friends. Maybe you even have a few best friends. And I, Pastor Bill, am going to talk about some friends as well. Now, I have some friends that I like to laugh with and talk with and eat dinner with and visit with. But if I'm thinking about friends, I probably have a best friend. And I'll bet you can think of your best friend. Think of one friend for our time together now. And I want to tell you a little bit about my best friend. My best friend is someone who I can talk to at any time of the day or night. Whenever I reach out to that friend, they're always willing to listen and to hear me and to spend precious time with me. My friend has done so much for me in my life. There's nothing greater than my friend has done than he has forgiven me for all the things I have ever done. He has given me special gifts, as friends do, but most importantly, he has given me the gift of eternal life. My best friend is someone that I can always lean on in difficult times and in times when I'm angry or afraid or very sad. My best friend has led me to experience so many beautiful things in life. I have seen so many beautiful sights in the world. My friend has introduced me to other friends that I hold dear. My best friend even introduced me to my wife, and I am grateful for that. Do you know who my best friend is? I'm wondering if you can guess their name. Well, I want to show you something first. I actually brought a picture of my best friend, and I'm curious if you know who that is. Are you ready? This is a picture of my best friend. Look at that. Now, that's one of many pictures that I could show you of my best friend, but this is one of my favorites. And I'm sure by now you have figured out that my best friend is Jesus. And the exciting thing about this story is that my best friend can be your best friend too. And that leads me to our Bible passage for this edition of Jam. Jesus says, "I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead," and listen to this, this is our verse for today, "I have called you friends." So he's speaking of me, he's speaking of you, and everyone in your family, all of your friends that you may know from school or activities. He has called all of us to be his friends. That's our verse for today. And as we are going to do each and every week, I have invited my friend Paula to come in. She's a friend of mine as well. And Paula is going to teach us in sign language how to say, "I have called you friends." So we're going to take a look over here to my friend Paula. And I am going to read this verse 3 times. And Paula is going to show you how we can use sign language to say this verse. Here we go. I have called you friends. So we're going to do this again. These are the words that Jesus said in our verse today. I have called you friends. And we'll do that one more time, and we hope that you can practice this at home with your family. Mom and dad, or grandpa and grandma, you can do this as well. let me share our jam verse one more time. I have called you friends. So I thank my friend Paula, and I call you now to talk about this verse and to share this at home, because my best friend and Paula's best friend can be your best friend as well. That's our verse for this session of Center Presbyterian Church Jam.
Today to do a craft with you that goes along with our Bible verse. And if you remember what Pastor Bill had shared with us earlier, it's I have called you friends, and it's from John 15 verse 15. So we're going to do a finger friends, hand finger friends craft. So what I want you to do first of all is to get a piece of paper. Any kind of paper will work. And I want you to get a pen, a pencil, crayon, markers, because I know you guys like markers. And maybe you could get a red one, and then maybe, let's say, your favorite color one. And if you can't get them, if you only have a pencil or a pen, that'll work too. Not a problem. Okay, so once you have all that, put your paper down in front of you. Then I want you to put your hands up. So your fingers and your thumbs are up. And then I want you to touch your thumbs, and then touch your index fingers. So put those together, keep everything up. You kind of have to adjust your hands and your fingers to get that all done. Keep everything spread out, and then once you have that all set, then put it right down on your paper. And then once you have it on the paper, then who's ever with you today, maybe they could trace around your fingers, and if not, maybe you could do your brothers or sisters, or they could do yours, or maybe you just are by yourself and there's nobody there, or maybe you just want to do it by yourself. That's fine. Miss Patty's done it. It's easy. So when you do, just make sure that when you put your first hand down, that your index finger and your thumb are in the center of the paper. And spread your fingers out, and then just trace around that. Just take your time and go around it, do the best you can. And then there you go. When you're all done, then take your other hand, and then just make sure you put your thumb and your index finger as close as you can to the one that's on the paper. So you kind of have to adjust that a little bit. And once you have that, spread your fingers out, then go ahead and trace around this. And they could be touching, they could be overlapping, maybe just get them as close as you can. That's all that's important. And just take your time and trace around the second one. Okay, there we go. So now when it's done, it should look like this. And I want you to look at this area right here. What does that look like to you all? Does it look like a heart? Yeah, I think so. So now I'm going to ask you a question. Who is in your life that is your friend, that is always close to you, and is hopefully in the center of your life? Who could that be? Jesus? Right. So Jesus is always in our life. He's our friend and he's always there. So in this center here, let's go ahead and finish the heart with your red crayon if you have one, or your red marker. And we're going to write Jesus' name in the center. There, so it should look like that. So now what I want you to do with your the thumbs, and each of your fingers, I want you to start writing in your friends' names. So let's see, I'm going to write in here Pastor Bill, because he is one of my friends, and hopefully you all will write in Miss Patty as one of your friends. And we could put in, let's see, Betty and Shelby. And just keep going around and writing them in. And if you don't know how to spell their name, ask whoever's with you today. Maybe they can spell it for you. Or maybe just put their initials in, like BA or SC. Or even better, you could draw a picture of your friend in each one of the fingers. So go around and do all of that. And then some of you might think, well, you know, I have some friends, but I really have one really close friend. And they're really kind of like my best friend. So if you want to just do that, that's easy enough too. You could just draw your hand, put your name here, and then draw your best friend's hand and put their name there. And then if you decide, well, I know that is my best friend, but I do have some other close friends, then you could go ahead and put their name and your fingers down here. And maybe you add on to that one. Again, this is yours, and it's your friends, so you could list them however you want to list them. So there's that, and then now we could just finish going around and naming all of our other friends. So just kind of see as I did all that with that. And then when I got to this point, I thought, you know, I want to color. I want to make this fancy. So I thought, you know, I'm going to color in the different fingers. So I know Betty's favorite color is yellow, so I was going to color in yellow. And I know Shelby's favorite color is red, so I'm going to color in red. And I know John, well, I don't know what his favorite color is, but you know what? He wears a lot of blue, so I bet blue is his favorite color. So I'm going to color that one in there. So again, maybe you have special things with your friends. Maybe there are special traits or special things that you like about them. Maybe you could draw a picture of that there with them. Or you could just leave it like this and just knowing that these are your friends. Again, this is yours however you would like to decorate it. But there's one thing I would like you to do then once you're all done is to go ahead and write in the Bible verse. Again, John 15, verse 15, I have called you friends. And then when you're all done with this, maybe you'll hang it on the refrigerator. Maybe you can hang it in your room so that you could remember that even though you might not be with your friends recently, you do have one friend that is always with you, that is your friend, Jesus, because he has called you his friend. Okay, that's it. Take care. Have a nice week. Bye-bye.